Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, your source for Second Amendment news. Excuse the sun and wind burn. I've been at the range for the last 8 hours. I'm going to shoot this video. I'm going to bed because I'm going back to work. One of those weeks again, it looks like. But I got some information from my friend Keith, who's a friend of the channel up in Michigan. Red flag bills have been submitted in both the state house and the state senate for Michigan. And they're being sold a bill of goods, all right? It's the same as every other red flag. Family members, police, they can petition a judge who's going to be anti-gun and have your guns taken away based off of a claim. You know, it could be a false claim. Legalized swatting is what it really is. You get no time in front of a judge. If you haven't seen any of the red flag videos that I've done on this channel, I'm going to link right above to the playlist of red flag videos. They're all the same. You can read them all. They are pretty much word for word, carbon copy. They violate so many of our Bill of Rights, the First Amendment, freedom of speech, the Second Amendment, obviously, your Fourth Amendment, the due process clause. There's all kinds of violations here, but the left love it because it might take one gun off the street. And what they're saying, they always sell it as it's going to cure people who decide to kill themselves with a gun. It's being sold as like the magic suicide pill. In fact, one lady, I'll keep her name out of it, but she says that if we had this bill in 2014, then my family member who killed himself with a gun wouldn't have done it because they're successful 90% of the time when they use a firearm, but if they try another avenue of suicide, they're not successful 90% of the time. Now, that's what these people, I don't know if they're drinking some of the Detroit, Michigan water or what, but I can tell you out of professional experience, when somebody has made up their mind that they're going to take their own life, they're going to take their own life. If you take away their instrument of choice, they will use an instrument of opportunity. And the quote that she says, actually, you know what? Let me read it. I'm gonna put it out there anyway. Her name is Celeste Knarperwala. All right, and she says, her quote is, 90% of the time when you attempt suicide by a gun, the suicide is completed. Whereas 90% of the time another means it is not. You idiot. My father is this perfect example of those two and how lethal a gun can be. So what she's saying is that if she could have swatted her dad, he'd be alive today. Listen, I will not make fun of anybody who took their own life because it's a tragic thing. It's terrible, and it affects so many people, and it's horrible, all right? But taking away my illegal guns is not going to save the fact that you or somebody, your friends or a family member decided to take their own life. And your quote about all the other means being 90% ineffective, I will tell you that 100% of the time when I've seen somebody jump in front of a train, it's been successful. 100% of the time where I had to see somebody jump off a bridge or off a building, it's been successful. Every time somebody jumps in front of a bus, it's been successful. So stop with the bullshit. You guys are like, we're getting really sick and tired of the bullshit. The game has to stop. So I have the bill numbers. Keith sent them to me. On the House side, they're bills 4283 through 4285. Just check for a link. I'll put it in the description. And on the Senate side, the state Senate side, it's 156 to 158. That's what they have here. And he has already reached out to the Speaker of the House, Lee Chatfield, in the Michigan House of Representatives. And he told Keith that I don't think it's going to go anywhere. We have due process concerns. But you know what? I'm not buying that. Okay. Now, the Republicans have a majority in both chambers in Michigan, but I'm not buying it. The president's asking for it. The feds are asking for it. Republicans are asking for it. And in fact, one of the people who are sponsoring these, his quote was, well, we couldn't get it passed in 2014. We have a much better path to passing it now because we have much more bipartisan support, thanks in part to shootings like Parkland. So get ready, Michigan. Start getting on your Republicans. Start making the phone calls. I'll have a link in the description of the legislature so you can find out who your legislators are. Start getting on them, all right? Maybe you'll have one that'll listen and actually read the bill instead of buying the bag of goods that's being sold. It's legalized swatting. It's totally unconstitutional. How they just keep coming and coming and coming is beyond me. But I've gone on a long enough rant. I'm tired, as you can tell, because I am angry. So that is the news coming out of Michigan. Jump on it, guys and gals. Nothing good about red flag bills, period. It's the extreme risk protection order is the most unconstitutional thing I've seen in my lifetime. So please pass this along if you would not mind. It will help greatly. Also consider joining Guns and Gadgets. This is where you're going to get Second Amendment news, good, bad, or ugly, no matter where it's happening in the country, usually faster than anybody else. So please join this channel, and until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, and carry a weapon. Take care, everybody.